Episode 54, The $1 Billion Morning Routine.
You're listening to the very best podcast in the world on health, wealth, and happiness. Please remember to leave a review and share with all your friends and family. And here is your host, Lars Hilser.
Hey, how'd you wake up this morning, folks? Welcome to the show, the very best podcast in the world, personal supremacy through health, wealth, and happiness. But today's episode is obviously not going to be about the energy life cycle again. If you're following this, strenuous joke throughout the last couple of shows, I just can't get it to a state where I would be satisfied with it. So therefore, I'm not delivering, which means that the energy life cycle episode will probably go into procrastination Valhalla until I have figured out how I can make it sweet for you. So instead, today we're going to talk about the $1 billion morning routine. And tomorrow morning, when you're going to wake up, you're going to have $1 billion. No, that's not going to happen because that takes a shitload of work. And most importantly, it takes the right mindset to get you going. I explained that in episode 40, I believe. Where I talked about where we had the financial freedom exercise, which was very, very well accepted and has gotten quite a few downloads. So satisfied with that as it is. Right. So to get you going in the morning, though, if you are sleep deprived when you go into this kind of mindset and lifestyle, then you're going to need the right way to get you going in the morning. That being said, it starts out with waking up, obviously. And then there are a few things which make it easier to get started into the day, not only but to start into the day energized and full of power. As weird as that may sound, but that's actually something that one or the other of you guys are missing. You know, it's like you wake up, you lay in bed, and you think about the shit that you want to be doing throughout the day, and boom, it's 3 hours later. Then you turn on the television, and then boom, it's night and you can go to bed again. And yeah, you've kind of gone through the day without getting anything done. And that's counterproductive to, wanting to become financially independent or financially free. So therefore, here are a few things to get you up and running in the morning, energized and full of power. God damn it. Thank God we have the pop filter on the microphone. So, waking up, how does that work? That's actually up to you, because there are those of us, like, I don't know, probably about 95% of society that kind of live off that shit of getting up early because the early bird can, fuck the early bird, for me at least. If you're the early riser, by God, go ahead and get going early, get up early at 5 or 6 whenever you need to, and, set your alarm, get a routine in there, and then you're going to be good to go, right? And then we've got that bit achieved. Now, to kill all possibility of romantics or otherwise, just to get you going slowly, the challenge is to motivate yourself to get up out of bed immediately after waking up. That's not for me. Well, yeah, it is for me to a degree because I need my first cigarette and my first 26 espressos to get me shot up in the morning and to go. But the thing is to get out of bed as soon as possible, and then to, start into what would be referred to as the yourself time, because what we're going to be avoiding is to take a phone into our hand or a laptop or the iPad or whatever you have on your nightstand, or in terms of technical gimmicks, because that's just going to keep you in bed for a prolonged period of time, not in time, of time. And we want to avoid that because the bed is too comfy and you're not going to be as productive as you are out of bed. The bed is for sleeping and for downtime and for comfort time. And so we're going to, try and separate that from the rest of our livelihood, if you will. So, what about meditation? If you haven't done that, it is an insanely powerful tool to get yourself into the right mindset. You can achieve significant benefits for your health and your mental health in particular, but also your physical health, when you meditate and or do a routine of yoga in the morning to get you going, right? It's about stretching your bones and stretching your muscles. Well, not stretching your bones, obviously, but stretching your muscles and, getting your blood circulation going slowly. And then, we're going to increase that with the next step, which is about quarter of an hour, 10 minutes to 15 minutes of cardio, just to get your blood flow going, to then further loosen up your body and to relax yourself physically. And then we're going to head to the cold shower to kill off anything you had left in terms of comfort and stuff that you took from the bed, relaxation. We're going to kill that immediately with a cold shower. And then it's immediately time for a healthy breakfast, right? I know a lot of you presumed overperformers are the ones that think that a coffee is a healthy breakfast. It's not. Delete that out of your mind. Contrary to popular belief, the breakfast is actually one of the most important meals in the day, simply because you need to fill up your body with energy that you're going to be burning until lunchtime, right? And, if you just merely put a cup of coffee in, then that sucks. And plus, it's not the most comforting thing to have a cup of coffee on an empty stomach. And so therefore the nutrients you put in to your body in the breakfast hours is going to be digested and used for energy that you're going to need for the first half of the day, right? So a good breakfast could consist of, your vitamin juice. It could consist of some carbs that you put in, that your stomach's got something to do. Your cereals or whatever at the end of the day it is that you prefer. For me, it's sometimes the heart attack breakfast, which is bacon, eggs, and a few tomatoes in there or whatever, just to trick your organism into thinking that it's getting vitamins, but in reality it's getting the good fat, right? So whatever suits your fancy, or however you say it, breakfast is important. And as a smoker and a passionate coffee drinker, for me, there's nothing more disgusting than smoking a cigarette and having a coffee on an empty stomach. So therefore, take that into consideration. Try it as a habit for a couple of months, and you'll see that the energy level that you have at your availability throughout the first half of the day is going to be significantly increased. At least that's been true for me. And then we are on to the actual getting the day going. This is where you take your phone, and you check your emails, you check the news, and you do your first your first battery of emails and perhaps even calls. Get dressed, get out of there, and start hustling, basically. But between that come a few things that you need to take care of course. Then you've got your goal setting for the day. So there's this magic rule of the 3 things you want to get done today. And I think a lot more is going to be wishful thinking, simply because, you're going to have distractions, you're going to have meetings, you're going to have all of that good shit. And a lot of times that will keep you from achieving anything more than 3 goals. So if you set yourself 10 goals, you only achieve, let's say 4, then you're going to be frustrated. And over time, you're just going to have this huge wave in front of you with tons of stuff that you wanted to get done. And that's going to frustrate you even further. So stuff that you have above 3 projects goes into the back burner, and then you, at night when you get home to the journaling bit, or you do that at lunch, whatever, before, after lunch, whatever, is your preference, then you kind of prioritize those goals that that went above the 3 that you were realistically going to be able to achieve. And then you're going to journal those and prioritize those for future days to come. That being said, it's now time to start hustling, guys. That's it. It's that short. It's that quick of a routine to get you going towards the $1 billion. Sorry, I was a bit misleading there, but it was just such a great quote that I read, and had to take a few things out of context that were mentioned. But in essence, I think that's the correct way to get your day going. In that sense, it's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, so we're going to have another exciting exercise time. I think we're going to go back to the personal productivity maximization routine, outfit thing that we started. Series is the correct word that I'm looking for. And yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Perhaps maybe I'm going to come up with an even better idea. Stay tuned and you'll hear that tomorrow. As always, feedback, criticism, questions, remarks, everything, please, to the very best podcast in the world at gmail.com. If you want, you can follow us, and it would be highly appreciated if you do so on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to know our accounts, I think they should be on the website. If they're not, write an email and I'll happily shoot those out to you. And until then, I wish you a successful day. Hope you've woken up as successfully as I outlined here. And if you've already had your successful day, have a good night, and I'll hear you all again tomorrow for Exercise Friday. Stay tuned, folks.